નમસ્કાર, હું આદર્શ છું. આદર્શ એજ્યુકેશન સોસાયટી એન્ડ માય સેલ્ફ વિજય પુરોહિત વેલકમ્સ યુ. સ્ટાન્ડર્ડ 7, સબ્જેક્ટ સાયન્સ, ચેપ્ટર 1, ન્યુટ્રિશન ઇન પ્લાન્ટ્સ, પાર્ટ 1. In class 6, you learned that food is essential for all living organisms. You also learned that carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals are components of food. These components of food are called nutrients and are necessary for our body. So once again let's repeat the nutrients. Name of the nutrients, those are 5: carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. Remember it. And two other necessary essential food components are, do you know that? Actually those are not nutrients, but those are two food components named dietary fibers and water. You must be remember that. Those two are essential and which we can get from food only. So nutrients we get from food are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. And other two essential components are dietary fibers and water. Okay, let's go further. All living organisms require food. Plants can synthesize food for themselves, but animals, including humans, cannot. They get it from plants or animals that eat plants. Thus, humans or animals are directly or indirectly dependent on plants. You get? Actually, only plants are those living organism which can produce their food or synthesize their food with themselves. But animals, including humans, cannot. So what they will do? They will get it from plants or animals that eat plants. So plant is the only source and each of us are dependent on plants. Now here Bujo wants to know how plants prepare their own food. Naturally you also must have that question, that then how plants can prepare their food and why we cannot. Let's try to understand. So here, mode of nutrition in plants. Plants are the only organisms that can prepare food for themselves by using water, carbon dioxide and minerals. By using water, carbon dioxide and minerals. The raw materials are present in their surroundings. You know that water, carbon dioxide and minerals, all the things which are available in the surroundings. Water and minerals are available in the soil and carbon dioxide is available in the air. Let's go further. The nutrients enable living organisms to build their bodies, to grow, to repair damaged part of their bodies and provide the energy to carry out life processes. So once again there is a question, why nutrients are required for living organism or for us? Then the answer is the nutrients enable living organisms to build their bodies, to grow, to repair damaged parts of their bodies and provide the energy to carry out life processes. This is the answer. Now the another, nutrition is the mode of taking food by an organism and its utilization by the body. So here is another question, what is nutrition? And the answer is here. From here you can see nutrition is the mode of taking food by an organism and its utilization by the body. That is the answer of what is nutrition. Okay, let's go further. The mode of nutrition in which organisms make food themselves from simple substances is called autotrophic nutrition. Once again, what is autotrophic nutrition? Then the answer is the mode of nutrition in which organisms make food themselves from simple substances is called autotrophic nutrition. Now here, auto is self and tropes, that is nourishment. Let's go further. Therefore, plants are called autotrophs. Animals and most other organisms take in food prepared by plants. They are called heterotrophs. Hetero means other. Some animals and some plants. All animals and some plants getting their food from plants, and that is why they are depends upon other, that is plants, and that is why we all are heterotrophs. Our nutrition is heterotrophic. Let's go further. Paheli wants to know why our body cannot make food from carbon dioxide, water and minerals like plants do. That is also very good important question, but there is one thing that what we are going to discuss. Now we may ask where the food factories of plants are located. Plants preparing their food somewhere, and that is why it is a food factory. And where it is located? Whether food is made in all parts of plant or only in certain parts, that is another question, and good question. Let's see. How do plants obtain the raw material from the surroundings? See, to prepare food, somewhere they are preparing the food, and that is factory. Whether the food is prepared in each and everywhere in the plant. And second thing, how the plants obtains the raw material from the surrounding, that is another question. And second thing, how do they transport them to the food factories of plant? So total 3 questions. Where it is making the food. Second, how do they obtain the materials, raw material? And third, if somewhere the food factory, then how it is transported? Total. Let's try to understand or find out the answer of these 3 questions. And for that, we must understand our next topic, that is photosynthesis, food making processes in plant. Leaves are the food factories of plants. So our first question that we come to know that leaves are the food factories of plants. Therefore, all the raw materials must reach the leaf, isn't it? Water and minerals present in the soil are absorbed by the roots and transported to the leaves. Okay, water and minerals, it is available in the soil. Now in the soil only roots are available. So through root will suck the minerals and water and will transported this raw material to the leaves. Now carbon dioxide from air is taken in through the tiny pores present on the surface of leaves. So carbon dioxide is taken in from the by the leaves through tiny pores present on the surface of leaves. These pores are surrounded by guard cells. Such pores are called stomata. So let's understand once again. Water and minerals taken in by roots and transported to the leaves. Second thing, carbon dioxide will be taken in by the stomata available in the leaves. Now, Bujo wants to know how water and minerals absorbed by roots reach the leaves. That is also one more thing. Okay, if minerals and water is absorbed by the roots, then how do it reaches to the leaves? That is also important question. Let's see. Water and minerals are transported to the leaves by the vessels which run like pipes throughout the root, the stem, the branches and the leaves. So it is a roll of vessels which is run like pipes. Vessels is run like pipe, and throughout the root, from root to the stem, and from stem to the branches, and from branches to the leaves. They form a continuous path or passage for the nutrients to reach the leaf. They are called vessels. You will learn more about transport of materials in plants in chapter 11. Now once again Paheli I have one more question. Paheli wants to know what is so special about the leaves that they can synthesize food but other parts of plants cannot. Okay, we come to know that the food factory of plant is leaves. Then in leaves, what is so special so that plants only can prepare the food, and the other parts like root, branch cannot? Let's see. The leaves have a green pigment called chlorophyll. It helps leaves to capture the energy of the sunlight. This energy is used to synthesize or prepare food from carbon dioxide and water. Since the synthesis of food occurs in the presence of sunlight, it is called photosynthesis. One more thing, the special thing in the plant, that is green pigment, it is called chlorophyll, because chlorophyll is available in the plants, and that is why plant is the food factory of plants, and in leaves only the food is prepared. And the role of chlorophyll is what? Chlorophyll helps the leaves to capture the energy of sunlight. The role of chlorophyll is what? It helps the leaves to capture the energy of sunlight. And that is why this energy is used to synthesize or prepare food from carbon dioxide and water. Now another thing is, since the synthesis of food occurs in the presence of sunlight, it is called photosynthesis. Now in this word photosynthesis, photo means light and synthesis to combination of water and carbon dioxide. So we find that chlorophyll, sunlight, carbon dioxide and water are necessary to carry out the process of photosynthesis. Once again, chlorophyll, sunlight, carbon dioxide and water are necessary to carry out the process of photosynthesis. It is a unique process on the earth. The solar energy is captured by the leaves and stored in the plants in the form of food. Thus, sun is the ultimate source of energy for all living organisms. So here we are completing our first part. Next we will complete in our second part. So by this time, thank you for joining us. Take care of yourselves and we'll meet you in the next session. Thank you.